Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Ike's Empire. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And I know it's been a while since I posted a video, a sewing video. Life has been happening. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you, can you just take a minute and appreciate this gorgeous Bubu right here? Like it's so pretty. So I'm going to be showing you how I made this outfit with the fringe, and I also made the earrings, guys. Please get your bottle of water, get your fabric, and sit tight. Let's start. So first thing we're going to be doing, as you all know, is taking our measurement. And the first measurement we need is our center back measurement, that you place the tape right here where I'm placing it and measure it down to where you want your bubu to stop, the sleeve to stop, and just do that. Mine was 19 inches. And then the next thing I'm going to do is measure my round hip measurement, because we're going to be dividing our round hip by 4 since we'll be folding our fabric in 4. So just get your round, get the biggest part of your hip. Mine is 44. Your girl is growing. Now, the third thing, we only need 3 measurements really. The third thing we'll be doing is get your shoulder to your hip measurement and write it down somewhere and get your shoulder to your full length. Now, moving on, you see I folded my fabric in 2. This is the right side facing each other. And then I'm going to fold it again in 2. So now when you count it, it's going to be 4. So fold it first in 2 and then fold it again in 2. Right now, I'm just going ahead to straighten my fabric so the measurement is correct and then there is no mistake in taking the measurement on the fabric. So just go ahead and straighten out your fabric, and now let's get on to placing the measurement on the fabric. So you see the center back measurement that I measured, mine was 19. Right now I'm just going ahead to mark from my center back to the sleeve length. Mine was 19. Yours can be 20, it can be 21, depending on how long you want it to be. Mine, I don't want it to be too long, so I'm just going to mark it right there. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm adding 1 inch extra for sewing allowance. And now going down by 1 inch to get my shoulder slope, my shoulder slant, and then I'm going to place my tape rule on that 1 inch and get how wide I want my armhole to be. You can do 11 inches, you can do 10 inches, just depending on how free you want it to be. Now I'm going to connect that shoulder slant, that 1 inch that I went down by, straight to my neckline, and just give it like a slanted shape right there. So we're cutting our back neck first, okay? The back neck first, because remember we are cutting the front and the back together, but we're cutting our back neck first. For me, I'm using 3 inches. I use 3 inches as standard most times. And then I'm going to go down by 2 inches or 1.5, just depending on you. How deep do you want your neckline to be at the back? And for me, I'm going down by 2 inches. Then from there, I'm just trying to, check it to see that it's correct. And after that, we're going to be measuring our shoulder to bust measurement. We don't really need it for this measurement. We really do not need it. You just do your shoulder to bust. You can use that as the same width for your sleeve, how wide you want it to be. But the major thing that we need for this one is our shoulder to hip, okay? Remember, we did the measurement and I showed you how to measure your shoulder to hip. You go ahead and mark your shoulder to hip. Now, under your shoulder to hip measurement that you did, remember your round hip measurement that you got. Let's assume yours is 40. Divide it by 4. That's going to be 10. Remember, mine is 44. I divided it by 4 and it gave me 11 inches. So I'm marking 11 inches right here. Now, remember, this bubu is going to be a free bubu. It is not slim fit. No, it's a free bubu. So I'm just adding 5 inch extra to that my hip measurement that I got. I hope you guys understand. Add 5 inch extra. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and measure the length of my bubu. Measure the length of your bubu, okay? If you want it to be long, measure it long. But for me, this bubu is not so long because remember, we're going to be adding fringe to the bottom part. So the fabric itself is not that long. And now I'm just measuring it, and then I'm going to use my ruler to connect the lines. So go ahead and do yours. Right now, I'm just connecting the lines and making it neat and clean. just go ahead and do yours. Now, moving on, you see the measurements that we got on our hip line, you can go ahead and minus 2 if you want the down part of your bubu to have like a nice shape. If not, that's fine. Right now, I'm just connecting the sleeve together and with a straight line. And now what I'm going to do is from that hip measurement that I got, I'm going to do a curved line to meet my sleeve. You see what I'm doing? Just follow this step. If you follow this step, you'll be able to get a very nice bubu that looks really, really cool and put together and very, perfect. So so yes, now we've gotten that, and then you just go ahead and also put that the measurement you have on your hip, go ahead and put it on your what's it called, on the full length. Now remember, you're taking 2 inches in, so you see it's a bit slanted, right? It's not fully straight. So, or you can take 1 inches in, so it's just, it gives you that curve, that slanted feel. Is not just a straight dress. And then now go ahead to cut it. If you have any questions as regards this bubu, please feel free to ask me questions in the comment section. And if you want us to have a one-on-one, if you want me to do a live video where I just go on live and do the sewing for you guys, let me know. So right now I'm just going ahead to cut out the extras that I don't need. I'll cut out the neck part, and then I'm going to go ahead to cut out the slanted part as well. We don't need that anymore. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is just notch it so I know where the back and the front. Remember, we're cutting the back piece and the front piece together. That's why we folded it in 4 all at once. Now, I'm going to take out one part. That's my back piece. I'll set it aside because the neckline of the front is different from the back neckline. So now the back is done. I'm folding it and keeping it aside. Now onto the front. I would like for you guys to pay close attention to how we cut the front neckline. Okay, now I'm just straightening it so it looks very neat. I'm very big on it looking neat. Now the depth of this front neckline, is going to be a V-neck. You can decide how deep you want yours to be. At this point, I was thinking, should I do 8 or should I do 9? So you can decide how deep you want yours to be. Now, when you have decided, just go ahead. You see, I'm still thinking about it. Should I do 8? Should I do 9? And then I went up by 1 inch extra because I don't want it to be too deep. Now I'm going ahead to connect the neckline to the depth of the measurements that we got, and then I'll just simply go ahead and cut it out, and that's all basically for the neckline. That's all. So now, because we're going to be attaching a different fabric to the neckline, I'm going ahead to label it. Okay, I've labeled this the front. Most times you really do not have to label this one because it's easy to know, because the front neckline is totally different from the back neckline. So now, placing the fabric that I'm using for the front neckline, you can see it is orange. I wanted the accent on this fabric to be orange because the fabric is so beautiful, guys. I'm telling you, this camera is not even doing it justice. So now I folded the fabric in 2. The one that I'm using for the neckline, you can see I folded it in 2. Now the next thing I'm going to do is place it down. I'm placing it down right now, so you guys just follow me step by step. Okay, I know this video is 25 or 26 minutes long. I'm supposed to edit it to be shorter, but I really want you guys to understand this very well. You can measure how now you're going to measure how long you want that extra piece to be. Mine, I think I did about 11 or 12 inches, and then you just go ahead, rule a straight line, and then cut out the extra that you don't need. If you want yours to be very big, then use the whole fabric that you have. You can use 15 inches, you can use 16 inches. Trust me, guys, it's totally up to you. Now go ahead, place your original fabric, the one that is for the dress, place it on top of that neckline fabric that you want to use, okay? Because the next thing we're going to do is cut out the V part. You see the V part that is extra, that is coming out. Now we're going to cut it out so it is equal with the dress. It's the same with the dress. I said equal. Is it maths? I'm sorry, guys. So it's the same with the dress, okay? Now the next thing I'm going to do now is show you guys how to place it. But first, I want the width of the neckline is too wide, so I'm just reducing it by 2 inches. I'm reducing mine by 2 inches. You can make yours wide, really. It depends on you, what you want, or what your customer wants. I always advise you try it out for yourself first. If you want to sew a new outfit, a new dress for your customers, try it out for yourself first and be sure that you're very confident in making it. Once you like something, you're very sure your customers will like that same thing too. Maybe not, but now I've removed the extra 2 inches. You see, when you open it, it gives you this very nice V cutout, okay? Now, this is a very tricky part, and I want you guys to listen very well, okay? Okay, now, guys, so this part that is facing me is the correct side. Now, I'm just flipping it over to the wrong side. Follow me carefully. This is the wrong side of the fabric facing me now, okay? Now, I want the shiny part of this satin of the orange fabric to be on the front part, okay? So I'm going to place it. The front part is going to be on top of the wrong side of the fabric. Can you see? So the side that you want to be outside of the dress, place it on the wrong side of the fabric, okay? I don't know if that's explanatory enough, but just do it the same way I'm doing mine. You see, this part of the orange that is facing me is the wrong part of the orange. So just sew the V-neck, just sew the V around. You see, I've sewn it around, and now I'm going to turn it over, okay? I'm going to turn it, and then once you turn it, it's going to look like this. You see the right side of the fabric now? So just go ahead to pin it. Just go ahead to pin it down because you need it to be clean. You need it to be straight. So I've done the shape that I want my own to be. You can take it to the iron. You see, when you open it is like this, but me, I folded it in already because this is the shape that I want my neckline to be, the outside fabric. You can make yours like a curved shape, just depending on you, however you want your own to be, or however you want your customer. So right now, you go in by 1/2 inch on the orange fabric, the extra fabric that you're placing on the neck, on this side, and then the other side as well. Remember, this downside is folded, so now I'm going in by 1/2 inch on the other side. Make sure you confirm with your tape rule, make sure that the measurement is correct, and I'm going to be doing that very soon. But right now, I'm just going in to fold the extra side. So you see, I'm going to confirm that this inch is the same as this side, and then I'll go to this sewing machine and just sew it round, okay? Right now, we're cutting the pockets because the dress has 2 pockets in the front. So I'm just going ahead now to cut out 2 pockets. You can make yours 10 inch by 10 inch. You can make it 12 inch by 12 inch, just depending on you, how wide you want your pockets to be. I'm connecting mine now. I think I did mine 12 inch by 12 inch because I wanted the pockets to be free a bit. I want it to look big a bit. You see, it has a lot of lines because I kept thinking, oh, what size do I want? Do I want it small? Do I want it big? And once you get the size, go ahead and cut it. And mind you guys, we're cutting 2 of the pockets. We're cutting what? 2 of the pocket. Now you take it to the ironing board. You fold all the sides in by 1/2 inch. Fold it on the ironing board by 1/2 inch because you're going to run a stitch through and you want it to be folded already, so it's easy for you to sew on the front of the fabric. So now I'm just labeling mine as the pocket. You know me, I like to label. I've gone ahead to fold mine and then iron it 1/2 inch in. As you can see, it's already ironed. It's not sewn because I'm going to be sewing it on the front part of the outfit. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm still showing you guys how it looks when it's ironed. I'm going to place it on the front part of the dress, and I'm going to measure how long I want my pockets to be, from the shoulder to what length do I want my pockets to start. And mine was 20. You can do the standard 18 or you can do 20. There's stylish Bubu that they put the pockets even at the end of the dress. It just depends on you. You can be creative with yours, okay? Mine was 20. You can go ahead and use the same 20, or you can go ahead and use 18. It just depends how tall you are, and then just go ahead, mark it out, and that's where your pocket will start from. And once you're done marking it, pin it down, because the next thing we'll be doing is taking it to the sewing machine to sew it down. Right now, I'm just doing the same thing for the second pocket to make sure they are both on the same length. I don't want one to be at the top and the other one to be at the bottom. But at the end of the day, if you do something like that and one is at the bottom, my guy, it's still design. You rock it, carry it, is design. You're being creative, okay? But not for a customer, do for yourself. Okay, so I'm done with that. I've arranged it. I've pinned one side down. And then even this neckline, I'm going ahead now to just pin it down, because I want to sew everything together. I want to sew both the neckline and the pocket. I'm done now. You see the pocket is looking nice. The neckline is looking nice. And this is the back piece. So for the back piece, we're going to be sewing the neck with a bias tape, okay? With a bias tape, that's what we'll be using to turn the neck. Next time, I'm going to show you guys how to sew it. If you want me to show you how to sew the neckline with a bias tape, how to turn it over, just let me know, because the other video I did, I show you guys how I'm sewing it on the sewing machine, but this one is a bit of a rush order, so I have to do it sharp, okay? Now, I've gone ahead to turn it already. Now, I'm placing the right side of the front and then the right side of the back facing each other. I'm going to go and sew the side seam. The side seam of just one side, not the two sides. So do not close the two sides, okay? Just close one side. Right now, I'm straightening the fabric on top of. You see, the right side is facing the right side. Make sure the right side is facing the right side, and I'm just going ahead to pin it down to, you know, keep it in place. I don't want it to move when I'm sewing the side seams together. And the inch I'm using for my side seam is 1.5 inch, okay? 1.5 inch, that's what I'm using to sew my side seam, because that's the allowance that I gave for sewing allowance. You can use 2, you can use 1, you can use half. Just depend on you. For me, I use 1.5 because I'm still going to whip the side. Is it whip or weave? When you do the weaving of the side to give it a clean finish, I'm still going to weave it out by half an inch. So I just did 1.5 inch. Right now, I'm just going ahead to pin the side so I can take it to the sewing machine and just sew it. I'll sew the shoulder slope, and then I'm sewing the side seam as well. And then I'll also fold the sleeve in by 1 inch. Right now, I've gone ahead to also iron the length of the dress. I ironed it in by 1 inch, okay? I ironed it in by 1 inch because I need everything to be neat. I need it. You see, I was able to whip. You see the white thing right there? I whipped one side. I only closed one side. You see, that's why I was able to open it, because we're going to need it to be open to fix the fringe, guys. For easy way to fix the fringe, we need it to be opened. Just close one side. Do not close the other side, okay? You see, that's why I'm able to spread it across. Now, the next thing to do is placing my fringe. I'm going to sew my fringe on the fabric itself. I'm going to get my fringe. Now, this fringe is so cute, guys. I actually ordered it from Amazon, and I kept looking for the one that is 12 inches long, 12 inches long. It took forever to find it, but then it came in 2 days. I'm like, whoa, this is very, very cute. Orange fringe. Now, I'm just placing it on top of the front part of the fabric, the right side, not the inside though. Place it on the front part of the fabric at the M part, that's the down part of the dress. Place it on it and just run your sewing machine through. See, just run your sewing machine through like I'm showing you, all the way to from one end to the other end, from one end to the other end. And guys, this is what it's looking like, okay, when I place the fringe. We're not done, we're almost done, okay, we're almost done, I promise you guys. We're almost done, but you can see it's really pretty. Now the next thing we're going to do is now close the second side seam, and we'll be literally done. You can now go and do your makeup, you can put on your wig, and then you'll be good to go to that owambe that you're going for, okay. And you see, I whipped this side. I don't know if you can see the whites on this side. Now I will do the same thing for the other side. I've turned it inside out because you know your sewing is always on the inside, not on the outside, except you're sewing those other kind of bubu that the thread is at the front part. This is not those types, okay. Now just I'm arranging it very well because I need it to be arranged. I'll go ahead and pin it down, but first remember I took in 1.5 inch for sewing allowance on the other side of the dress, so I'm going to be doing the same on this side of the dress as well. Front parts facing each other, I'll go ahead sew the shoulder the same way I did the other side, and then I'll go ahead and sew the side seam from top to bottom, and then after that I'll go ahead and fold the sleeve in, fold the sleeve in, sew the shoulder, sew this side slant, and then fold the sleeve in. That's all you need to do, okay. Now I'll go ahead and just mark where I want it to be. You see, I'm just measuring my 1.5. I'm measuring it all the way around, and guys, if you haven't subscribed at this point of this video, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Please, please, guys, please, please, please go and subscribe, and please leave a comment, okay? Leave a comment. Let me know how your own bubu turned out. Let me know if you want to see more designs. Check on my community page and just let me know if you want to see different designs that I'm posting there, and we'll do this video thing, this sewing thing together, okay? Yeah, so right now I'm just going ahead to pin it down so I can take it to my sewing machine and sew the sides together. And once you're done with this, you're basically done, okay? You're basically done. And right now I'm just marking it to make sure my chalk is bold, and then I'm going to go ahead and sew everything. Guys, when I tell you this thing is fine, is there how else do you say fine? Fine. It's not F-I-N-E, it's F-O-I-N-E. It's fine, okay? It's fine. Like, it is so pretty. And you know orange, when orange sits on your body. And this earring, I made it too with the remaining fringe of the dress. This video is already long enough, so I'm going to be doing a second short video about 5 minutes or 6 minutes and show you guys how I made that earring. If you want to see that, I'm going to post that real quick so you can see how I made that earring. But guys, take a minute now and admire this beauty right here. Admire this gorgeous beauty right here. There's no, when you wear this now, make an orange turban and you wear your shades, you'll be giving rich auntie even if you only have 1.5 in your account. Nobody knows that. Carry yourself, carry your bag, carry your dress, and you're good to go. This is so pretty, guys. I tell you, see my mannequin now. I'm telling you, my mannequin no dey play. Oh, my mannequin self wear glasses. If my mannequin no dey play, why you dey play? I beg. Please, subscribe to my channel, like, share, and comment. Love you guys.